Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, um, this is another solution. I like this question very well too. Okay, so we could see that mathematics is easy, you know, and if you show interest, you will love it. Okay, so it's just like chinchi and pure water. You have solution for this. Okay, so I can also divide this into two so that we can manage our space. So from here, this is the same thing as saying we're having solution for this. That's m plus 1 number 1 over 4 all raised to power 2 equals what? 1 number 9 over what? 16. When we are starting part 1 of sort, okay, we mentioned this. It was clear. I said when you say improper fraction, change it to a proper fraction first. Okay, so what do we do here? So it means I need to change this to a proper fraction. M plus, this is improper fraction. 4 times 1, 4. 4 times 1, 4 plus 1. You understand? 4 times 1, 4 plus 1. That is 5 over what? Over 4. All raised to power 2. So I've changed it to a proper fraction. The same thing applies here. 16 times 1, 16 plus 9. That's I think it's 25. Yeah, I'm not mistaken. 25 over 16. It's very simple. Maths is not hard at all. It's not hard. But if you think that yes, it's very hard, it's very this, you might find it a bit difficult for you to learn. But it's very, very, very simple. Okay. All you just need to do, just open your mind, okay, change a little bit your mindset, okay, and then pay attention. Before you know it, you are getting hands on solving a lot of questions as possible under a particular topic. Okay, that is why those parts that we've shared on our social media, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube, okay, and then or on TikTok, go through them. Okay, they will help you to be able to touch base and on some of those questions that you think is hard. Look at this now. I've changed this to a proper fraction. This is improper. I've changed it to proper fraction, which is this 5 over 4. These two I've also changed it to proper fraction. So what do? We are looking for m. The question says find m. Find m. So, and this is my m here, and I have power here. I can multiply both sides by the inverse of this power. Okay, so what do? Just for me to get m, multiply both sides by inverse of the power. Inverse of the power. Inverse of the power. That is 1 over 2. You see now, multiply both sides by the inverse of the power, that is 1 over what? 1 over 2. It's as simple as that. So what we are trying to do here, we're just trying to ensure that yes, we want to get the value for our m. Okay, we want to get the value for this m. Okay, so for us to get the value of that m, we need to make m to stand alone. So for it to stand alone, I'm moving that power 2 to the other side. So it means at the end of the day, I will now say that implies m plus 5 over 4 all raised to power 2. Don't forget, we said we should multiply by the inverse of the power. Okay, and this one is also the same thing as multiply both sides. 25 over 16 all raised to power half. It's still the same thing. Okay, what we're doing to the left hand side, we're also doing to the right hand side. That is the meaning of multiply both sides by inverse of the power. What is the power? 2. The inverse of the power is what? 1 over 2. Simple. That was why I said English and mathematics, they go along together. There are some words we write in English which needs you to, it's a common sense for you to know that, okay, yes, the inverse of the power, would be 1 over something, of which I've mentioned it over and over. So it's very simple. So this here is not for us to show ourselves. Okay, it's just for us to simplify mathematics to be able to understand it. So if you look at this very well, 2 we cancel 2 here, then you now have m plus 5 over 4. Then you have this, and like I said, 1 over 2 is the same thing as square root. This is the same thing as square root of 25 over what? Over 16. It's still the same thing. Okay, 1 over 2. 25 over 16 raised to power 1 over 2 is the same thing as saying square root of 25 over square root of 16. From the law of sort, if I have square root like that, I can simplify it to what? To both numerator and what? And denominator. Okay? I can simplify it by breaking it down. That is division law under sort. It's very, very, in fact, maths is very, very interesting. So it means I can continue this here. This is something as saying m plus 5 over 4 equals root 25 over root 16. So under division law in sort, that is clear. Okay, go through it. I've mentioned it over and over. Root 25 over what? Over root 16. So the value says, so it means this one is 5 over 4. M plus 5 over 4 equals, what is root 25 is what? 5. What is root 16 is what? 4. You can see. You can see. Straightforward. So you can see this is straightforward. This is very, very straightforward. So it means that at the end of the day, like I told you, that if you're finding the square root of maybe of a particular value, you can put plus or what? Or minus, of course. So this one is the same thing as saying maybe I can just add plus or minus here. Plus or minus, if you're looking for, even if you press your calculator, okay, you can have plus or minus 5 over 4. What's the meaning of that? The meaning says the answer can either be plus 5 over 4, or the answer will be what? Minus 5 over what? Over 4. You understand? So, but in this case, let's still leave it as that. Let me still remove this plus and minus, plus and minus. Okay, now at the end of the day, what do we do? For m to stand alone, we take plus 5 over 4 to the other side. Okay, so it means that implies m equals what? 5 over 4. If positive is crossing equal sign to the right hand side, it will change to what? Minus 5 over 4. So if you look at this very well, it's very, very what? It's very, very simple. Okay, it's very, very what? Simple. So if you look at this one very well, it means at the end of the day, this is what? 0. 5 over 4 minus 5 over 4. If you find the LCM, you will get what? You will get 0. Therefore, m is equal to what? 0. It's as simple as that. So if you find the LCM here, you will still get 0. 1 minus 1. 5 over 4, they are the same. 5 over 4 is the same. 5 over 4 is here. So it means you are going to get what? 0. Okay? So, and you see that it's just like chin chin and pure water. So in some cases, if you look at the option and you see that, okay, you have value, you can introduce plus and minus. That is, it can either be plus 5 over 4 or minus 5 over 4. So at the end of the day, you'll still be getting, something related, either 0 or 1 other positive number. Okay, so it's just simple and straightforward. Please continue to like, continue to comment, continue to share on our social medias, and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you.